So actually, if you are talking about 3 by 3 matrices, okay, like this one, he changed it one, like the matrix that we are dealing with, which is 3 by 3. So it means that each row you multiply by negative 1 over 2. So if I have negative 1 over 2 from the original one, it seems we multiplied it in 3 times, negative 1 over 2, negative 1 over 2, negative 1 over 2, as a value of a determinant. So it's going to equal to negative 1 over 2 to the power of 3. Then times, we know that الديترمنت صح يا نور؟ الديترمنت بتاع ال A بيساوي الديترمنت بتاع مين؟ بتاع ال A transpose. إذا ده هيبقى times the value of the determinant which is احنا لسه جايبينها من شويه كانت بنيجاتيف 4 باين؟ حاجه زي كده. يبقى إذا ده أصبح الكلام ده بيساوي ده نيجاتيف بتاع نيجاتيف 1 over 8 والكلام ده تايمز نيجاتيف 4 so it's gonna equal to negative 1 over 2 I believe something like this. ايه؟ ما this is negative times negative which is gonna be positive times negative 4 negative times negative which is gonna be positive times negative 1 over 4 so it's gonna be negative 1 over 2. Okay? برضه اللي لازم هيبقى في سؤال عن كده. انت شفت ال 3 previous midterm I'm sorry 2 previous midterms plus a last term او this is the final exam نفس الايديز خلي بالك او الجزء اللي هو interesting ده بتاع ان انا بقرا ال difference between a matrix and a determinant. معايا نور كاردش if I want to multiply alpha by a determinant of A, okay, this value will go through just only one row. So this is gonna exactly equal to the determinant, which is gonna be 3 alpha, alpha, negative alpha, 1, negative 1, and 1, 0, 2, and negative 1. Okay? طيب ممكن كنت اعمل الالفا دي in the first row. كان ممكن الالفا دي تبقى مين؟
second row.
كان ممكن الالفا دي تبقى في الثيرد row. In all cases, in the three possible cases, the value will equal to negative 4, which is the determinant value of A, times mean. But if you multiply alpha times A, it's gonna equal to. This is actually the determinant of the matrix A multiplied by alpha. What's the difference? Once you multiply a matrix by a scalar value, all the entries of the matrix will be multiplied by this value. So you are dealing with 3 of an alpha, alpha, my negative alpha, then alpha, negative alpha, then alpha, then 0, then 2 alpha, then negative alpha. If you try to evaluate the value of this determinant, it's going to equal to negative 4 times alpha to the power of 3. عشان كده في difference. ان انا بعمل multiplication في الديترمينانتس سكالر بيتضرب في رو just only one row or one column. لكن لو انا بعمل ده في ماتريكس بيتضرب في all the elements. This is why once you multiply certain value inside the two signs of a determinant, it will be multiplied in each row. Okay? فلو انا بتكلم على ماتريكس 4 by 4 كان هيبقى negative 1 over 2 to the power of كام؟ of 4. Since we are talking about 3 by 3 فبالتالي بضربها 3 times. برضه البروبلم اللي جايه دي repeated more than one time. طبعا this is also the solution using Laplace, so you will find the determinant which is negative 4 since it's not singular matrix, so it's invertible. For the second one, the M3, 2, 3, it will be 3, 2, see? Okay? So I will go for the third row, second column in the A matrix, not the inverse matrix. Okay, so it's going to come up to this one and the value will be positive 1. In a similar manner, also negative 1 over 2 to the power of 3. But Remark the relation between A dash and the A, which is the negative side, exactly as Noor said. Then, once you evaluate it, will equal to negative 1. This problem is really very important. What's our problem? Well, this is the third one, and خلاص. We will consider the system. We have x plus y plus z equal 1. X plus y plus z equal 1. And then you will have y plus z equal beta. Then you will have negative 2 of y plus alpha square minus 3 alpha times z equal alpha beta minus 3 beta. Okay, for this system, when alpha and beta are real parameters, then set the augmented matrix of the system in echelon form. طبعا هو برضه بيساعدك وده كويس. The first step is to do what? The augmented matrix, which is gonna be 1, then 0 for x, then 0 for x for the third equation, then I will have 1 also of y, 1 of y, then negative 2. The third one will be positive 1, z value also equal to 1. The last value, which is gonna equal to alpha square minus 3 alpha, which is the value of z. Then the final will be 1 beta, then alpha beta minus 3 over beta. دي الماتريكس بتاعتي. طبعا علشان اقدر اعملها لازم اجيب echelon form. How to get it on echelon form? Simply, I will try to multiply by 2, then adding on the last row. Once you do this, you will find the matrix on this form. Okay? 0, 1, 1, okay, beta, times 2, then adding on the third row. 2 times 0 equals 0, plus 0, so it's 0. 2 plus negative 2, it's going to equal to 0. 2 times 1, it's going to equal to 2, plus alpha square minus 3 over alpha plus 2. 2 beta minus 2 beta positive, then adding it on this value will develop alpha beta minus beta. The first element is 1. This also is 1. If I want to, okay. At this step, you have two ways. Either, this is the critical point that he is going to ask me about, either to continue with the first row at this stage or wait. It's really up to you. يعني في الحته دي انا قدامي حاجتين. الجزء ده اللي بيكنترول اللي هيسالك عليه دلوقتي، هل السيستم ده في يونيك سوليوشن، نو سوليوشن، انفل سوليوشن؟ الجزء ده خلاص. سو غالبا هيسالك انك تكونتينيو. فممكن ان انا استفيد طالما انا واقف في الستيب دي كمل كونتينيو. minus 1 plus 1, so the result will be 0. Minus 1 plus 1, so the result also will be 0. Minus beta plus 1, so the result will be 1 minus beta. So, and stop. بيقول set the augmented matrix of the system. ده معناه ان انا جاوبت على جزء يعني ليه درجة. بيقول الاشرم فوق and according to the values of alpha and beta خلاص study the existence of or non-existence of solutions. امتى يبقى عندك solution امتى يبقى عندك no solution. Okay? In the former case, indicate the degrees of freedom of the system. قول لي degrees of freedom بتاعت السيستم. لو انت عندك solution. Step اللي بعديها provide the solution of the system once alpha equal to beta equal to كام؟ to positive 1. طيب اللي بقى معايا الجزء ده مهم قوي. This is very very critical, which can be done analyzed as this case. This is alpha square minus 3 alpha plus 2. So I believe this is 2, 1, negative, negative, factorize it. This is alpha and the alpha. So I have alpha minus 1 times alpha minus 2. For this part, let's take beta as a common. If I took beta as a common, I will have alpha minus 1. يبقى في الحالة دي أنا خلاص وقفت عند النقطة. طيب to have a solution عشان يبقى عندك Number one, to have a unique solution, which means system is consistent and independent. The value of alpha minus 1 times alpha minus 2 shouldn't equal to 0, which means that alpha shouldn't equal to positive 1 or alpha shouldn't equal to positive 2, regardless of the value of beta. So, with any value of beta, once alpha is not equal to 1 or alpha is not equal to 2, you will have a unique solution. طيب لو هنستخدم الكيسز لو حصل ان في value من دول. اوكي. F alpha equal to positive 1. لو alpha equal to positive 1, this is going to equal to 0. So the rank will be 2. Okay. And if alpha equal to positive 1, this also will equal to 0. So you will have infinite number of solutions, a rank of the system equal to, which is less than the number of unknowns, which is 3. So the degrees of freedom will be 1. You will have 1 degree of freedom. طيب F alpha equal to, لو alpha بتساوي 2 خلي بالك ده هيبقى بزيرو. This is gonna equal to 0. So the rank of A will be 2. But if alpha equal 2, this is not gonna be 0. Okay? So if alpha equal 2 خلي بالك الفاليو دي مش هتبقى 0. So I will study the two cases when beta equal 0 and when beta doesn't equal to 0. So if alpha equal to 2, the rank will be 2 for the A matrix. For the augmented matrix, the whole matrix, it will stand on this value, which is beta times alpha minus 1. If beta equal to 0, so this value also will be 0. So you will have rank of A equal rank of augmented matrix, which is less than 3, both of them equal 2, and then you will have infinite number of solutions, and the degree of freedom is going to equal to 1. طيب, if you have alpha equal to 2, this is going to be 0. But once beta doesn't equal to 0, this value is not going to equal to 0. So you will have no solution because rank of A is not going to equal to the rank of the augmented matrix. This is 2 والتانية بيساوي 3. Okay? كده خلصت for alpha equal 1 و alpha equal 2. The other case, if beta only exists equal to 0 or no, since alpha doesn't equal to any values of those, plus you will have a unique solution. مفيش أي مشكلة whatsoever. طيب, provide the solution of the system if alpha equal beta equal positive 1. All I have to do is to take this matrix, the final form, and start substituting, replacing alpha and beta by positive 1. So the system will be 1, 0, 0, 1 minus 1, so it's going to be 0. For the second row, it's going to be 0, 1, 1. Then beta equal to positive 1. For the last row, you will have 0, 0. Then once you insert alpha equal to 1, so the result also will be 0. Equal to 1, so the result will equal to 0, which means you will have n finite number of solution with 1 degree of freedom. ولو انا عايز اطلع السولوشن, this is x, y, and z. So the first row will lead to x equal to 0. For the second row, y plus z equal to positive 1, which is gonna lead to y equal to 1 minus z. So the solution set will be as follows. X is gonna equal to 0, then y 1 minus z, and the last entry is gonna be 0. It is preferable that you insert z equal to a constant number, which is arbitrary constant. So the solution will be 1 minus c, and the last one is going to be the c value, which means that if you put c equal to 0, you will have a solution satisfying the equation. C equal to 1, you will have another solution, c equal to 2, and so on. المسألة اللي انت شايفها دي من أجمل ما يمكن، واتكررت في كل الامتحانات بلا استثناء. وانا قلت لك انا بحب النوع ده من المسائل لسبب ووضح بالظبط انت فاهم كل الكيسز. طبعا خلي بالك ان الستبس النوع ده من المسائل بيبقى في صالحك قوي لسبب، لان انت لو هو حاطط مثلا 3 درجات او 4 درجات على ده، لو حصل ان انا غلطت في اي جزء، الستبس اللي موجوده والفاليوز اللي موجوده بتسبورت اذا كان ممكن يبقى فيه part of this degree، بدل ما بيبقى يا true or false وتبقى الإجابة أو multiple choice يا يا لأ and so on. I think that's it for today. You have the solution of this part. You already have it. Same steps exactly. Okay, we first put the augmented matrix. Then we have tried to get the echelon form. See, here we did an extra step in this part. But I can stand just only for the echelon form. لان اول ما تبقى انت واقف عند الاشلون فور خلاص تقدر تعمل فاكترايزنج وتقدر تتكلم على الرانكس. وبالفعل بدات تظهر هنا الفاليوز بتاعت الفا، هنا اعتقد مور كليرر. if alpha equal to 1 if alpha equal to 2 وتبدا تستارت الكيسز الاناليسيس بتاع الكيسز بتاعك. alpha equal to 1 the last rule all equal to 0 وبالتالي هيدي نفس الكومنتس بالظبط. if alpha equal to 1 or alpha doesn't equal to 2, the system is possible and determinant, or يعني means unique solution. If alpha equal to 1, the system is possible and undetermined with 1 degree of freedom, degree واحدة. alpha بتساوي 2 وأي بيتا على طول the system is impossible، لأن لو alpha بتساوي 2 ده هيبقى 0 بس ده مش بزيرو. معايا ديجري تبقى ب 2 ده ديجري 3 not equal to each other. Yes. Okay. ده هنا providing alpha beta equal to 1 have to end up having 0 1 minus z وz زي ما احنا هننفذ. دول كان 3 problems واكشلي برضه في ادفانتج حلو في الامتحان ده. الفيرست 3 problems دول من 10. معايا الفيرست 3 بروبلمز دول لو انت تشكيت الجريدز بتاعتهم actually they are out of 10. So it's like a 2 4 and 4. ف it's very very good. لان الجزء الاولاني ده انا بتخيل انه الاقرب بالنسبه ليك هيبقى الاسهل جدا بالنسبه ليك لغايه ما انا واقف دلوقتي. الجزء اللي بعديه محتاج very good understanding لكل كونسبت من الكونسبتس دي. لو نزلت السلايدز زي ما انا قلت لك قبليها مش عايز اسبق، عايز اداني واقف اشوف الستبس بتاعتنا هتبقى ماشيه عامله ازاي، فمش عايز اسبق الاول في الجزء بتاع الفيرتوال سبيسز. لكن الجزء اللي جاي محتاج تركيز عالي قوي، محتاج انك دايما تبقى مذاكر. كل اللي انت شايفه قدامك ده هيبقى تولز موجوده معاك في الفيرتوال سبيسز. اوكي؟ Thank you very much. I'll see you next time ان شاء الله. Thank you.